and it is complacency. Complacency. It's thinking somebody else is going to come and protect you, outsourcing your personal protection to law enforcement, to the stores that we're shopping at. I'm sitting in the shopping mall, one of the biggest shopping malls down here where I live, super expensive stores. There's some of the wealthiest people in the world who live here. And all over the doors are signs that say no weapons allowed, no weapons allowed. There was a stabbing at another store. Now they don't have that sign. I had to go over and check. It's a bookstore that I was at several times this week. My wife was there yesterday. I was there yesterday. I had the kid there 2 days ago. And there was a homeless, they call him a homeless guy. It's an addict. There's an addict who came into the store and stabbed a grandmother to death. Stabbed her to death, ran out. No reason, completely random. And the mistake that we keep making is that we are waiting for somebody else to protect us. We're waiting, we're allowing security at this shopping center. This security guards here are unarmed. They used to be armed. They were armed during COVID because I remember I got into a pissing match with a couple of them as we were standing in the middle, and they told me, you're going to have to put your mask on. I said, I'm not putting the mask on. And we went round and round and round. I remember that they were armed. Now they're unarmed. They changed companies. So unarmed security guards in these little cars, and their grandmas and grandpas, literally, nothing against grandmas and grandpas, because grandmas and grandpas can still defend you if they have the proper training. But these are not. These are not armed. These are just, in retirement, trying to feed their family, which is fine. I'm all for that. And they're going to call the police. And the police are going to come, and they're going to be here within minutes. But is that too late? Is that the number one mistake that we make in self-defense, which is outsourcing our security, our safety, the safety of our family, our wife, our child, our grandchildren to somebody else, waiting for them to come and save us? At the Whole Foods, like, there's a sign on the door. My kids already say, Dad, you can't go in here. You got a gun on. You're not allowed to have it. I'm like, I'm not putting it in the car because the bad guys are not reading that sign. The bad guys are not going to read it. They can't read. They don't want to read. They don't care what it says. They're bringing their weapons in. I'm going to be able to protect myself and my family. So is that the number one mistake that we keep making in self-defense, which is assuming that in a time when everything seems to be on fire and the world's a little bit crazy right now, we're letting our guard down because we're just used to going about our daily business and waiting for someone else to protect us. Let the stores handle security. Well, no, they're not doing that. There was the whole story of the young lady got spit in her head and her face in Portland, Oregon a couple of weeks ago. Her husband did nothing. They were so upset because the store would do nothing. And they said, well, if they can't keep us safe, we're not coming here. That's right. They're not keeping you safe. It's not their job. It's your job. Your job is to protect yourself, your family, your freedom, your dignity. And what do you need to do in order for and you don't have to be like a young guy who can fight in the ring or a young woman fighting in the MMA. It's not about that. It's about being a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, learning some techniques, learning some principles of self-defense will keep you safe. Situational awareness, number one. Get in a better position, number two. Learn how to fight from behind your guard. Learn how to strike what targets that you can remove or destroy. Its ability to see temporarily, permanently. And then getting something like a Kubotan keychain or the Selfy-Stick, something like this, a palm stick that you can put in your hand, squeeze tightly, and break someone's jaw with, to jab them in the face, to move them back, to turn this around and stick that in his face as he's coming at you. Or maybe you carry a pocket full of rocks or some of these hex nuts, and you learn how to throw right hand, left hand. You build your accuracy, and you keep someone else away from you. Or maybe you carry like a monkey fist. You make it yourself, a couple of nuts, a piece of string, you put it in your hand, you learn how to swing it and knock someone out of your face. I don't know. Or, yeah, why not a gun? Andreas says, I have one on right now. I carry it everywhere I go. I carry it professionally, and I carry it for self-defense with my family. I carry it in every place I can carry it, except I can't carry it everywhere. I'm not talking about the stupid signs on the Nordstrom that say, don't bring the gun in. I'm not talking about that sign. I'm talking about TSA, the airport, the public transportation, going to the courthouse. Those places you probably shouldn't have a gun. And I'm not going to break that law at all, or that rule, and bring my gun in there. But you might live in a country. You might live in Great Britain. You might live in Ireland. You might live in Germany. You might live in Italy. So Andreas says, why not carry a gun? Yeah, if you can, carry a gun. But a gun might not even be the best solution every single time. You might need some non-lethal options for self-defense. And that's where, again, something like the Selfy-Stick, And I put in the link in the description if you want to see what these are. This is a great gift for Christmas, by the way, or Hanukkah, or gift to yourself afterwards. And you can get these in Europe. Yeah, Andres says he lives in Europe. Can't take the gun anywhere. That's why he boxes. Yeah, learn how to fight. Learn how to fight with your fists, your elbows, your forehead, your teeth if you have to. Learn how to pick up a stick and defend yourself with a stick, a short stick, or a long stick like a cane with a big crook on the end and a little tooth there, the self-defense cane. So a lot of things that you can do, but my point is stop making this number one mistake that we make, and especially around the holidays. The terrorist threat is off the charts. Terrorism against Christian events, right? Against just the public. Whether it's homegrown terror or it's fundamental terror or ideological or religious or whatever it is. There are crazy people out there, and you need to be able to protect yourself, your family, the innocent, wherever you go. And you don't want to just stay at the house and crawl up into a ball and hide under your couch and wait for it all to be over, because it's not ever going to be over. You got to go out and live your life. So what do you have to do? Yeah, Andres says carries pepper spray. Put in the comment section. Yeah, can you get this for your wife? You can definitely get a Selfy-Stick. They make them in two sizes. There's this 6-inch and then they have an 8-inch. I like the green. I put them in my pocket. I carry this everywhere I go now. I have one of these on me all the time. This is a non-lethal option. I've got other options here if I need to defend myself. I've got a blade, I've got a gun. I always carry those. But again, most places in the world, you can't carry those. They're taking away your freedoms in Canada as we speak. Look what happened in Australia at Bondi Beach a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days ago, where the father-son duo with whatever their belief was, and they go around, they just start shooting people at a Hanukkah celebration, and they are able to kill multiple people and shoot multiple others because none of their cops carry guns. The detective finally came and shot one of the guys. Another guy, a man and his wife tried to take the gun away. They got shot, killed. And then there was another man who worked in the fruit vendor or whatever. He was nearby. He ripped the gun out of the old man's hand, and I think he shot him with it. But the point is, don't wait for someone else to protect you. Learn some skills. Learn situational awareness. Learn the principles of safety and self-defense. Yeah, Prismatic Farm says, wait, the cops don't carry guns? No. Last year around Bondi, there was the attack with a guy. He had a big, I think it was a knife or a machete, and he was going around. The cops are all running around, running away from him because they have no way to defend themselves. When we went to Ireland, it was the same thing. We went to Ireland. We went to an area of Dublin where there are a lot of things happening that they say aren't happening, but they were there. There's so much violent criminality happening there. None of the cops have guns. And I asked a group of them, because all they do is stand and they stare at the CCTV and these kiosks inside the stores. And I said, what would happen if a guy has a gun or a knife? And they're like, oh, we'd call the armed response unit. And I said, how many of those do you have? And they're like, we have 2. I said, for the city of Dublin, you have 2? Now, don't quote me. I might be wrong. Those might not be the real statistics, but I know it's not a lot. And the point is, there a lot of the cops around the world, in places where they've taken guns from the citizens, they've also taken them away from law enforcement. And you're really on your own if you don't learn how to defend yourself, seek cover, find concealment, fight with what you have, run, hide, fight, all the different things, all the things in self-defense. But the number one mistake people keep making is they are waiting for somebody else to come save them. Don't be that person. Be your own bodyguard. Be your own. We have all these special law enforcement units that I work with on the federal level, and they're all bodyguards. Basically, they're close protection agents. So be the head of your security detail. Be your own security detail leader, team leader, and train your family. My kids say it all the time: keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel. They said it to my wife last night. We were in an area where we need to keep our head on the swivel, and she kind of made it in a joke. And then this morning we wake up to the news that the grandma at the bookstore that we were both at yesterday got stabbed by the homeless addict. Why? There's no good reason why. Because he should have been incarcerated. He should have had help. Society shouldn't have let him down, and society shouldn't have let her down by letting him out on the street. I don't know why, but we need to learn how to defend ourselves. And you can train. I have videos on this channel of how to fight with hands, elbows, knees. I mean, you name it, cane, sticks. And yeah, I have some, like traditional martial arts weapons like a nunchuck. You're not going to do that. You can learn, and you don't need any martial arts training, by the way. You can learn how to throw a couple punches and take a step to the side, a lateral move. You can learn how to cover your head. You can learn how to throw an elbow into someone's face. You can learn how to remove or destroy his ability to see, breathe, temporarily or permanently. No matter how big or strong you are or he is, you can learn these basic principles. The principles will keep you safe, not the techniques. Don't worry about techniques. You don't need Krav Maga. You don't need Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You don't need to be a boxing coach or a boxing student. You just need to learn a little bit of technique and then the basic principles. Situational awareness, get in a better position, what can you remove or destroy, and then the rest will come naturally. And I'll make these videos for you guys. Yeah, Michael says, did I see that the lady lost her eye? Yes, I think it was the lady, San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. She's in front of the courthouse. Another homeless addict. We have to call him homeless because the good heart, Christian heart in me wants to help the homeless. But when I see what it really is, it's an open air drug market in many cases. There's a lot of mental illness. The drugs that they're taking are not the same that they were taking 20 years ago. It's making them more aggressive and more violent. Anyway, this man, he's out, he swings something, takes her eye out. She lost her eye. Again, a grandma. And they're only going after her. I said it to my wife this morning because we were talking about the other case, this 65-year-old woman who was attacked by a 40-year-old man who should have been incarcerated for all the other offenses that he's done lately. But the local district attorneys push the charges down and kick him back out on the street. That's a political discussion. We're not having that discussion. We're having what can you do to keep yourself, your family safe. And it is situational awareness. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. And then learn some basic skills. And you can learn them online. You can go find a good, just don't get stuck. You don't have to go do, if you love martial arts, do martial arts. But you don't have to get into a lot of martial arts. 1911 Colt 45, full metal. Yeah, and again, you know, I've got several 1911s. I'm carrying my favorite concealed compact right now. That's not a 1911, but it's not about, and you can carry a gun, but have other skills and have some appreciation, if you're an American, which I assume you must be, that the rest of the world doesn't get to carry it. And the rest of the world needs more options. We need elbows. We need, sticks. We need palm sticks. We need the Selfy-Stick. They ship these now anywhere in the world. You can check the link below. Jackson's losing his mind about the whole Bondi thing with his facts. Anyway, facts don't care about your feelings or something like that. Whatever the facts are, Jackson, doesn't matter. A couple of guys were able to shoot people for a long period of time before they were stopped because they didn't have the right response. And the point of this video is take personal responsibility for your safety and your security. Stop waiting. Don't outsource it. Don't think that the cops are going to be able to protect you. They will when they get there. But in the meantime, do something about it. And Americans have guns for a reason. It's not just to protect us from the bad guys who are out there. It's to protect us from the bad policies and politicians that won't protect us and keep us safe in our own homes. That's my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with it. That's the great thing about America. We're free, mostly, to say what we want for now. Anyway, let me know in the comment section. And then if you disagree with me, put that in the comment section. I love to hear it. Yeah, be a part of your own rescue. Be your own first responder. Be your own sheepdog. Stop waiting for someone else. Don't be one of the sheeple, right? The sheep have no plan. Don't be one of the sheeple. Don't be following everybody else. There's a really sad story. It happened at the Pulse nightclub shooting here in Florida a few years ago when another radical person of the same persuasion of the ones in Bondi Beach, I want to bring that up, but he went to a gay nightclub and he went to Disney Springs first. He went to Disney Springs, saw 6 police officers, sheriff's deputies, and said, not here, because he didn't want to get stopped. So he went to the gay nightclub. They didn't have anybody there to protect the people. He starts shooting. They all rush to the front of the stage, and they get down, and they have video of this guy walking one by one, taking them all out, because they were the sheeple. They were waiting for somebody to come save them. They didn't. Nobody came and saved them. By the time the police got there, it was too late. My point is, learn how to defend yourself and your family, and don't outsource it. Let me know in the comment section what you think.